So I wanted to ask you, the 1920s, very decadent, lots of elements to sort of the costume and film, set design. What were some key elements that you felt like you absolutely needed to have to sort of convey that for a screen audience?
I think it's very observant of you to pick out the jewellery, because I think the jewellery plays a huge role in establishing the level of wealth of the Buchanans, particularly Daisy. And in the book, Tom gives her a $300,000 string of pearls on the day before their wedding. And so I think that association we had with Tiffanys was kind of important. I mean, they were the establishment jewellers, but to me, I think that association and that ability to access that level of high and fine jewellery meant that instantly the audience knew who they were dealing with the Buchanans.
Now, in terms of working with Leo, 17 years apart from Romeo and Juliet versus now, how has he changed in terms of working with him and his sort of input in the costume of what he was wearing?
Can I tell you that Leo is a wonderful and dear friend, and I don't think he's really changed that much. I mean, of course he's a man now, and he's very sophisticated and worldly, and he's made 40 films, and he is incredibly intelligent, but he was intelligent 17 years ago, and very well read, all those things. I think that he is really, and that's, I think, the nicest thing, pretty unchanged.
And so my last question is the sort of inspiration of Fitzgerald. I know you had to do a lot of research in regards to him. If it was reflective today, like a modern version of him, do you feel like this is sort of a marriage of the two in terms of this film and how it looked, or do you feel like it was very true to sort of that period and kept a,
I think what Baz wanted to do was express the book in images that reflected, in a way that a contemporary audience could understand, but absolutely how Fitzgerald felt about his time. Baz said to me, I don't want a sepia tone New York. I want a modern New York that feels as racy and sexy and adventurous as the New York that Fitzgerald and Zelda lived. I mean, they were in love with the new, with the modern, with the jazz age. And I think that's something that we need to remember, that to them, the 20s were not a nostalgic period. It was the now. Skyscrapers were going up, hemlines were going up, everything was kind of, sort of spiraling in this sort of crazy way towards the great bust of 1929.